If you're thinking about getting a credit card, this video is for you. You probably don't want to get just any credit card. You want to get the best one with the best rewards and the least amount of fees. Today, I'm letting you in on the secret of what my two favorite credit cards are and the pros and cons of each. I'm also sharing exactly what makes a credit card any good at all at the end. The first card we use is the Costco City Card. So we got this card because we were spending so much money at Costco and it made sense to have it. When we used this card full-time for all our purchases, we got about $700 or $800 back each year. And that's pretty decent cash back, but the next one I'm gonna talk about is even better. You can only get the rewards from your Costco City Card once a year. So they send you a check every single year, but if you wanted to use those points at a different time in the year, no luck. And sure, once a year getting $800 is great, but if you had something specific that you wanted to spend it on, or you wanted to use it for Christmas or something, you couldn't. Essentially, they keep all your points and all your money until they pay out that one time per year. If you set up your Costco City Card to automatically pay for your Costco membership, then they waive that yearly fee. So it's basically free if you're already paying for that Costco membership. And for us, that comes out of a different budget, so different thing. Do I think this is a decent card to have? Yes. Is it magical? No. Am I going to close it? Also no. Closing any credit card negatively affects your credit score because it lowers your credit history length. If you want to buy real estate anywhere in the near future like I do, I need the best possible credit score I can get so that I can get the best possible interest rate. I also wouldn't close this card because I'm not into credit card churning. This is where you open up a bunch of different cards, you get those initial points, and then you get rid of them. This is just way too time consuming and risky. We just keep it simple and we just keep the cards that we already have. This means that we're super careful about the credit cards that we choose. I want to do a lot of research on these cards because I know I'm going to have them for the long haul. The other credit card that we love is the Capital One Venture X. This is all about the travel points for us and they really add up. This means we mostly get to fund our yearly Disney trips with points. This card does have a yearly fee, so we really had to carefully consider whether the points would pay off for us long term and whether or not the benefits would overcome the cost of that yearly fee. If that fee is $95 a year, I need to be getting at least $95 worth of value out of the card for it to be worth it for me to have that card. We've definitely been enjoying the app that comes with this card also. When you're thinking about booking your flights for your next trip, you can go through the app and see if they think it's a good time to book your flights and if you're getting the best price. Then I don't have to spend time calculating when exactly I should buy my tickets. If they told us that it was a good time to book our tickets and then we did, and then the price went down, they will actually refund you that difference, which is super cool. Of course, you have to ask and make sure it actually happens, but we did do this. They refunded the difference between what we paid and what the new price would have been. For us, this is brilliant and takes some work off our plate. This card also adjusts your categories based off where you are spending the most money. The problem with this is that it kind of happens after you spend a lot of money. And that doesn't necessarily do you a ton of good sometimes. So we bought new cabinets and new countertops at Home Depot. And then 2 weeks later, they're like, oh, we should change your category to Home Depot. But we already made that huge purchase and I'm not gonna go and replace the carpets now, even though I kind of want to. It doesn't really do us too much good now, but it would have done us a lot of good 2 weeks ago. So that's a little bit of a drag, but if your spending habits did stay the same, then it would catch up. But it doesn't necessarily help with big random purchases. So when it comes down to it, what really makes the best credit card? In the end, the best credit card is the one that you are the boss of. No credit card is any sort of good if I can't keep it paid off every single month. The card is also no good if I am not keeping careful track of my purchases and I'm knowing where my money is going. If I can't be responsible with my credit card, it could get me in heaps of trouble and it might not be worth even having one. It's not unusual for credit cards to come with ridiculously high interest rates like 30%. It really wouldn't take much to overspend. I think I have enough money and then it turns out I didn't, so the next month I'm just paying the minimum payment. If I can't pay it off every month, I might end up paying twice for all of my purchases. No $100 pair of shoes is worth paying $200 for. We can use a credit card like a tool and it can have benefits, but all those points and benefits are swept away if I can't control my spending. It doesn't matter if I've racked up thousands of airline miles, if I'm also paying interest. I did not get a deal that way. They just made a bunch of money off of me. If I know that I cannot control my spending with a credit card, I might just close it. I would cut it up if I knew that I didn't have that self-control. This might seem a little extreme to you. And yes, in a way, credit cards are just tools, but also it's kind of like playing with fire. It can heat your house or it can burn it down. Do you think having a credit card is worth the risk?